Hey, I'm Guy.
I'm John.
It's our YouTube channel. We're glad you're here. Subscribe to this channel. We appreciate that. And if you like this video, hit that like button.
Yep, and check out the podcast below in the description. Subscribe to it and share it with your amigos. Can I just read you this Pelissaro quote? Tweet. It doesn't even make sense. It feels like we're getting countering information. He says the Texans owed David Culley another $17 million over 3 years. So Culley walks away with roughly $22 million. That's sure not what Schefter tweeted.
Schefter said he only had 2 years guaranteed, but does that mean is it 2 years guaranteed after the first year? Even then, $17 million seems like a massive. That's not 2 years of money.
Yeah, I mean, how much were they paying him? $7
Was he
million
counting?
a year?
Is he counting the first year in the $17 million? Walks away with $17 million.
Walks away with roughly $22 million total.
Oh,
so was he making $7 million a year? That feels unlikely.
feels very unlikely. I mean, they interviewed their own quarterback, Josh McCown, last year before they hired David Culley, and then cut Josh McCown.
I feel like that's Kelly's agent putting out a kind of a fake number. But who knows?
It would benefit the Texans to make people think that.
Yeah, you're allowed to fire someone if you're paying him $22 million.
You're allowed to fire somebody, period. I mean,
yeah.
I was a little surprised by the shock that Twitter had today when David Culley got fired. My assumption when they hired him that David Culley would be Anthony Davis, one and done. I didn't think for a second he was getting 4 years, let alone 2. And I would even put it this way. I didn't think for a second he was getting a quote-unquote fair shake. You remember when they hired him, people were mind-blown. Like, wait a second, this pass game coordinator who's like the oldest head coach ever hired for a first-time head coach, whatever. Like, it was, I thought that everyone kind of agreed this is a placeholder hire year one. And I think it'll make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Like if they were to hire Brian Flores, people go, oh, okay. But I didn't even have a guy in mind when they hired David Culley to start. It was a mess with the quarterback, with
disaster.
Deshaun.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted that job, right? There was all these Jack Easterby articles.
It was
like
ugly.
You're coming to work for Easterby. Like their candidate pool, again, I'll repeat, they interviewed Josh McCown.
Who's on the team, right?
Who was on the team as a player. And then there was a story like, oh, they hired Culley. They're going to move McCown over, and he'll be the next guy in line. And you know what McCown did?
Left.
He went and coached like Rockland High School or wherever the hell he went to coach. I don't even know.
I think he coached in like South Carolina because he used to fly to the Eagles. Remember back and forth? They gave him a jet because he was like their third quarterback.
Yes. So, let's wait and see who they hire. I think the Caserio thing, if you were Flores, it's hard, right? If you're Flores, the Texans aren't a great situation, but do you have a relationship with Deshaun? Do you have a good relationship with Caserio? Maybe it's not the word. Would it be crazy if Flores took that job?
No. Well, I mean, Caserio and him are buddies. I don't know if they're actually buddies, but I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't shock you because they know each other.
Right.
What about Josh McDaniels? I mean, I don't know. What they just needed to kind of reboot the franchise.
Yeah. But McDaniels has been it's interesting. I mean, my sense with McDaniels is he's just hanging until Bill walks away. He's happy being a coordinator, but it's easy to think that from the outside. Maybe that's not the case. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it will just, to me, who they hire be interesting. I would imagine I imagine they already know. Like, I would imagine that the owner was on board with this to begin with. He's giving away free money, doesn't even care.
Here's what I would say to this. Was David Culley surprised?
No.
That's, to me, the kind of, I don't want to say smoking gun here, but I think Twitter was more surprised than David Culley.
Twitter's an idiot. Twitter doesn't know. Twitter doesn't know what's going on. I don't know why I get so worked up over it.